welcome back to my channel. Well, for today we're gonna need red yarn, a hair tie, you're gonna need the tapestry needle, your hook, and the scissors. Well, to do a hair tie, obviously you're gonna work inside the elastic, and to do that you're gonna pass it through, hold both of the ends, and I like to take both of them and then create one chain in there, just to kind of like secure the beginning and the end. Then let go of your tail, and then you're gonna start by chaining 3. After you have chained 3, we're gonna do a repetition of stitches across the entire hair tie. I cannot tell you the amount of them because it will all depends on the yarn that you're using, on how you crochet, on the size of your hook, on the size of your yarn. It's just like multiple things. Some people we might do 20 double crochets, some people might do 50. So just do as many as you need until you see that your hair tie is fully covered. You can as well do it with single crochets, by the way, but I chose double crochets. Okay, so once you are done, comes the time to build up the heart, and we're gonna chain 4. After chaining 4, you're gonna go to the first stitch that you have at the beginning, the first chain, and you're gonna slip stitch in there, creating a little hole, a little ring, a little loop. Then you're gonna chain 3. You're gonna turn that little circle or a shape that you have in there, and then you're gonna build 3 treble crochets inside that circle. That means you're gonna roll the yarn twice over your hook. You're gonna insert it on the center. You're gonna take yarn, pull. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And as I say, you're gonna repeat this until you have 3 treble crochets inside that ring. Right now we're creating the shape of the heart. Okay, so it's gonna be a combination of stitches that we're gonna repeat as well on the other side once we reach the half. So once you've done your 3 treble crochets, you're gonna do 3 double crochets. Okay, that's gonna be the bottom part of your heart. We just create the curvature of the top, now we're creating the bottom. And remember what I said in previous videos, when you do trebles you need to be really careful with the stitch you put beside it, because you want to make sure it's high enough to do a proper shape. Okay, once you've done the 3 double crochets, you're going to chain 1. In the same space you're going to do 1 treble. This is the center of our heart, the peak of our heart. And after you've done the treble, you're going to do 1 chain, and then you're going to start again with the groups of 3 double crochets and 3 treble crochets, and that should complete your heart. As you can see, it's a really simple repetition of stitches between one side and another, and this kind of project is really small, so it's not that difficult to get lost. By the way, while I'm finishing the trebles, it might get a little bit tricky, by the way, at some point in the heart, but just keep trying to keep it straight and then work all the stitches in the same direction. While I'm doing this, I wanna announce that I have starter kits for beginners, which is gonna be a package that you're gonna receive in your house from me. You're gonna receive the enough yarns to do the project, a crochet hook, a tapestry needle, and any other accessories that you will need for any project. For this one is you will get a hair tie or a couple of them, and you will be able to practice few of them. You're gonna get the written pattern and as well a QR code that will take you to this video, so you can digitally see as well what we're doing. Okay, so if you want that, just say I want in the comments and I will send you the link straight away, or you can check on the description box down below. As you can see, we have chained 2 and slip stitch on the center of our heart. Now do you see the stitch where the heart comes out of? Okay, we're gonna slip stitch in there, and I'm gonna suggest you keep that yarn really tight on the hook, so you're not gonna have a wobbly stitch. And then now comes the time to move along the stitches we have created before to make another heart. And then to do that, we need to move across them. Okay, you're gonna have to create a space gap in between hearts. So to do that, I will suggest that first of all, you see how is the direction also of this heart. That's the direction that they are all gonna go. So you can see how many stitches is that heart taking and everything. But I've done 6 single crochets in between hearts, and only at the very end, which I'm gonna show you in a moment, it's when I decided to change a little bit, because we don't really know how many stitches we have. So unless you really count them, and then when you make them around the heart, you say, okay, I'm gonna make a group and I know I need 7 stitches because it's 6 in between and 1 work, 6 in between 1 work, and then you will make them perfect. This is how it's gonna be. So once you've done the 6 single crochets, or as many as you need to separate them, again you're going to chain 4 and do exactly the same. You're going to slip stitch in the first chain, chain 3, and create the groups inside that ring, which after you flipped is gonna be 3 treble crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 1, treble, chain 1, 3 double crochets, 3 treble crochets, and chain 2. That's the repetition. I'll suggest you write it down because you're gonna repeat it a few times, and you're gonna make sure that you know exactly what you're going, rather than maybe just go back to the video over and over again. I personally love to write down my patterns and then I test them and then I modify them, but right now I'm giving you the final pattern so you can easily do that. Or if you prefer and say, listen, I love the video, yes, it will be good for visuals, but I prefer the written pattern, well, you are in luck, because you have the written pattern, the digital pattern as well, available on my website. As I mentioned before, all the links and all the information is on the description box down below. If you are an absolute beginner and you don't know what I'm talking about at all, I have on my description box down below as well a list of links that will tell you to how to do each of those stitches. Or if you are like, okay, I can watch many videos, but I can't really do this, I don't know where I'm making my mistake, I can do it. Well, you are in luck as well, because I have started something this year. We're about to complete the groups that are gonna teach you how to do everything from scratch. So you're gonna have the opportunity to do a course with me, a 4 weeks course, where I'm gonna teach you on one-on-one and on a team how to do crochet. We're gonna take projects and we're gonna make them together, and we are going to work on every single pattern that you choose to learn. I'm gonna give you pools, and then you will get the opportunity to tell me which one you wanna learn first. And then, as I say, you will have a one-on-one with me, so you can ask any questions. I can give you any tips that you need, or I can see and observe physically how you're doing it, and I can correct in what I think maybe is that you're doing wrong and why your projects are not coming along how they should. And as I say, it's 4 weeks. I'm gonna encourage you a lot to practice over and over and over again. And I can tell you, you're gonna come out of those 4 weeks knowing exactly how to crochet. And as well, I have a bigger masterclass which is going to include, I'm gonna teach you how to take images of your pictures, how to upload them on social media, how to promote them, how much to price them for, and so on to make this work for you and build a small business of crochet from home just for you, dedicated just exactly and especially for you. So if you will want that, just send me a comment that says I need, and then in that I need, I'm gonna send you as well the link that will take you to my Patreon, where you can purchase your membership. As you can see at the end, I end up having 6 stitches on one side, 7 stitches on the other. So what I decided to do, it was to move 1 more ahead and then basically leave 6 stitches in between, so I make sure that the distance is not different from the rest, because I just felt if I was to leave 7 in between, it will have been a really big gap. And if you are starting right now, you're just seeing the video and learning how to do it, I would suggest that you count your stitches when you are starting and creating either double crochets like I did or single crochets. Is entirely up to you. And then make sure you have the enough stitches, so if you need to add one or take one away or something like that, so you can do it. If that works better for you because you don't want to confuse yourself at the end, do so as well. That works with me, and it's gonna give you exactly what you need. So as you can see, you get few alternatives of how to finish this project that is really easy. And if it's not, as I said, you have the tutorials down below, which they are gonna explain you how to do every single stitch one by one in a really slow pace, so you can practice. I always suggest that to every single person I teach how to do crochet. I always tell them it's all in practicing. Once you practice, it's just gonna make a huge difference how much you improve and how quickly. So I'm gonna leave you here finishing the last heart. You can see already how many hearts we've got. Maybe if you are doing it, you get less or you get more. It will all depend on your hair type. But know that it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just the way how it is and how everything connects and unfold at the end. I'm gonna give you a few suggestions as well for the hearts. You can always take a little bit of yarn and sew them to the head side, to the bottom, so they will stay fixed, the hearts, and they don't go apart. You can glue it as well, or you can just leave them. Maybe by leaving them you feel like yeah, but they are not really straight or whatever. I'll suggest you can iron it, and then as well by stitching it or by gluing it, the only thing is when that person opened the hair tie, at some point they are pulling the heart, they're pulling that glue or they're putting that stitch, and can end up on that person losing that stitch and damaging the whole entire project. So keep all of that in mind. As I say, you could always just iron it and make it flatter, and then they will fall into place and fall in a really natural way, but it's always up to you. So here is the final result. I really hope you like it, and if you did, give us a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you really soon. Bye.